Start with a song, Chris.
But there was copyright. I can't start with a song unless we write one now.
Yes, write one. I'll drop you a beat.
I'm not a rapper.
Do a rap.
I'm not a rapper. I'm more of a choral-based singer.
Fine. We tried. I tried, everyone. Hi, it's Matt.
And it is Chris here.
Hi, it's another Monkey Monday.
Yes. And today we're talking about connecting with your audience.
Yes, we've done some audience things lately, so we thought we would just try and help dig down a little bit more into how you do audience profiling.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And where would you start then? What tools have we got in our toolbox today?
Well, let's have a look.
There's not much down.
There's not a lot in there. So we like to think of it in 3 dimensions, in a way. So the good place to start is the simple stuff, the demographics, really. When you look at your little cluster of your crowd there that you want to call an audience, you can do the demographics. Who are they? Where do they live? What's their age? Does their gender matter? It might do. If you're selling bras, you're probably going to have a higher percentage of people who identify as women buying bras, I suppose. I guess some men might buy bras. Or maybe that is the audience you want to sell to, because maybe you could build a website for men who want to buy bras for their partners. So, and gender can matter, sex can matter. What's their education level?
To be honest, I thought you were digging yourself a hole, and you got out of it really well.
Thanks very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. But a lot of the time, it doesn't matter. But it might do, depending on the product you're selling. So you don't always have to sort of care about that sort of thing. But have they got a family? Do they have kids? Whereabouts in the country do they live? Are they all in the UK? Are you looking at people who are spread over the globe? So that's the kind of demographic data that you can look at.
And these are the tools that people mainly used on their own, like years ago, didn't they? They just did demographics and that was it. Everyone who was aged 29 to 35 all did the same thing.
Yeah, an old school advertising, isn't it? I mean, you think of TV advertising, and when that got more advanced, it was like, well, here are the demographics of the people who watch this type of show. So you'd put yourself in front of the audience who liked that show based on their demographics, really. That's kind of an age and audience profile that they would do. And you can get some information from that. It's kind of okay to start building, say, a Facebook audience, for instance. You can use some of those demographics in building a Facebook audience to get some message towards that kind of people. But it doesn't hold a lot of meaning. You don't learn much about a person from that stuff. I'm a man, I'm in my 40s, I live in Nottingham, but none of that really means as much as the things that I like and that I care about.
And if you're going to market to these people, if you've just done that, you're going to be spending a lot of money because you're marketing to everyone who lives in Nottingham who is 18 to 35.
Yes, exactly. So 18 to 45, but that's fine. So psychometrics are good. Start thinking about things they like. What do they like? What do they dislike? List their brands that they like. List the stuff they're interested in, the food they like, the newspapers they might read, the music they listen to,
sports they play, table tennis,
those sorts of things.
Yeah.
How would they describe themselves is a good thing to do. So what would they use? What words would they use to describe themselves as a person? And you could do a whole column here of their goals and pains. So what are they trying to achieve and what do they find painful? And in doing that, you might find some ways of helping solve their pains or ways of helping them achieve their goals, which is a good thing.
That's something I wouldn't have thought about.
And then there is the third part, which is social graphics. Social graphics are pretty good because they help you channel and funnel your marketing to the right places. So where does this audience congregate online? What online media do they consume, and what times might they be using different websites and media, and do they use a smartphone? Are they fundamentally on TikTok on a Sunday? If they're on TikTok on a Sunday, that's a good place to get your marketing put in front of that particular audience.
I'm just trying to think of what kind of audience would potentially just sit on TikTok on a Sunday.
Well, I'm sure there's a audience out there somewhere. I don't know. Who knows? I'm not on TikTok, I have to admit.
Come on.
But maybe we should start.
Isn't it all dancing and stuff? I'm too old for it.
There's a bit that they do a lot of rapping on there. Let's do a rap, Chris.
I'm not doing rap. I can't do rapping.
I apologise to our TikTok audience. So listing all of that together, getting your demographics and your psychometrics and your social graphics and piling them all into perhaps a persona. You could write a persona and say, here's somebody who represents this audience. Here's roughly where they live and who they are, and here's what they care about, and here are their pains, and here are their goals. And by the way, they mostly use an Apple device, and they're on the smartphone mostly at weekends. You should have a really good base to be able to get your marketing messages and promotional stuff in front of that audience in a really meaningful way. And they should, if you do well, really love that content as well, because it'd be really meaningful for them, hopefully, if you've done your job properly, which you should. Don't be lazy.
Go out there and do your job properly.
Yes. Stop being shit, everybody. Do it better.
We'd better go and practice not being shit.
Ooh, okay. Bye, everyone.